The scariest part of Bluey isn't what the kids imagine. It's what the adults stopped talking about a long time ago. 1. Rusty's backyard boot camp. Rusty isn't just playing soldier. Those army games are the real deal. His dad is actually in the military, often away on deployment, and Rusty's backyard missions are his way of keeping that bond alive. Every command, salute, and drill isn't random play, it's training. He's memorizing everything his dad taught him, turning pretend battles into practice. It's sweet and a little heartbreaking. While other kids play Tea Party, Rusty's out there leading troops and saying "copy that" like he's born for it. It's his way of missing his dad without saying it out loud. A salute disguised as playtime. 2. Bluey's world might be frozen in time. One of the strangest things about Bluey's universe is how little modern technology exists. There are no smartphones, no tablets, and barely a mention of the internet. Instead of screen time, everyone spends their days playing outside, talking face-to-face, or listening to the radio. It's charming, but also suspicious. Are they avoiding tech on purpose, or is this world trapped in a different timeline altogether? It feels like the late 90s, where phones still had cords and entertainment came from imagination. Maybe the creators wanted nostalgia, or maybe something happened that forced society to reboot. Either way, this dog-run world seems stuck somewhere just before the rise of screens, and nobody's talking about why. 3. The toy that refuses to stay still. Chattermax isn't just a noisy toy, it's a full-blown nightmare disguised as plastic. It keeps showing up in random places like it has a secret life after dark. One episode it's behind a vase, the next it's hiding in a kitchen cabinet, and somehow it even ends up in another person's yard. Nobody moves it, nobody talks about it, and yet there it is, smiling like it knows something. The creepy part? It doesn't have an off switch. If that thing twitches at night, you're done. Either Bandit's hiding it from the kids, or Chattermax is quietly plotting world domination. 4. The mystery dad of Future Bluey. Bluey's daughter, Roxy, shows up in the flash-forward episode like a mystery wrapped in purple fur. She's got Bluey's energy, Bandit's chaos, and a face that could belong to either Mackenzie or John Luke. The creator even admitted she was designed to look like all three, just to mess with us. Classic move. Whoever her dad is, he's got some serious catching up to do, because Roxy looks like the type to climb the curtains before breakfast. Maybe the truth will come out one day. Or maybe it's the one Bluey secret that's meant to stay buried forever. 5. The future of Muffin and Socks. Muffin and Socks might look like happy little chaos machines, but there's trouble brewing in their family tree. Stripe and Trixie have been arguing more than ever, and Muffin doesn't even flinch when it happens. That's not normal, it's experience. The tablet smashing, the awkward wedding fights, the icy silences, it all hints that the Healer cousins might be heading for a real family split. If the divorce ever hits, Muffin will probably turn that energy into a full-time rebellion, while poor Socks just tries to keep up. Bluey's world might be bright and colorful, but not every family gets a happy ending. 6. The yogurt heist gone wrong. Buddy might look harmless, but this kid nearly started a full-on health crisis at Bingo's birthday party. While everyone else was playing games, he quietly climbed onto the counter, dunked his entire paw into the yogurt tub, and walked off licking it like a criminal mastermind. The worst part? He did it more than once. No spoon, no hand washing, just raw chaos. That yogurt probably ended up back on the snack table, and suddenly everyone's dessert turned into a biohazard. It's gross, it's bold, and it proves that in Bluey's world, even the sweetest pups have sticky little secrets. 7. The birds that know too much. Ever notice how every dog in Bluey can talk, dance, and philosophize about life? But the birds just don't? They're everywhere, perched on fences, swooping through the background, living their best quiet lives. It's suspicious. Maybe they're the real rulers of this world, just watching the dogs pretend they're in charge. Or maybe the dogs silenced them long ago, a secret pact to keep the skies quiet. Whatever happened, those birds have seen everything. They never speak, but you can feel their judgment every time Bandit does something embarrassing. In Bluey's universe, silence might be the biggest clue of all. 8. The toy that never stays gone. Mr. Monkeyjocks isn't just a stuffed toy, he's a ghost with fur. Bandit donates him during a cleanup, and that should have been the end. But somehow, he reappears in a hospital, comforting a sick pup like he's on a mission from beyond the toy box. The twist? The mum who gives it to her child is the same shop assistant who once sold it to Bandit. That means the toy circled right back into their lives. Maybe fate's playing matchmaker, or maybe this monkey just refuses to rest. Either way, he's the softest haunting in the entire Bluey Bluey universe. 9. The day Bluey packed her bags. When adult Bluey shows up at her childhood home in surprise, she walks in like someone visiting a place she hasn't seen in years. Chilli looks shocked, not like a mom seeing her kid every weekend. That one moment says a lot. Bluey didn't just move out, she disappeared into her own life. Maybe she chased a big dream, maybe she needed space, or maybe something broke between her and the family. The visit feels careful, almost fragile, like everyone's pretending things are normal. It's not just a reunion. It's a hint that growing up changed Bluey more than anyone expected. 10. The storm that answered back. In the episode Magic, Bluey waves her wand a little too dramatically, and suddenly the sky turns green and wild. Sure, storms happen, but not like this. The timing is too perfect, the colors too strange, and the thunder hits like it's angry at someone. It feels less like weather and more like the universe clapping back at Bluey for playing sorcerer. Chilli laughs it off, but you can tell everyone feels that chill. Maybe it was just coincidence. Or maybe Bluey's pretend powers aren't pretend at all. Either way, that storm didn't roll in. It was summoned. 11. The teacher who knows too much. Calypso isn't just a calm teacher with magical patience. She's something else entirely. She always knows exactly what each kid is thinking before they even say a word. Pretzel sits alone, and somehow she gets the others to include him without saying a thing. In space, she appears inside Mackenzie's memory, guiding him through his childhood fear like she's stepped straight into his mind. That's not teaching, that's telepathy. Maybe she's not just a dog at all, but something older and wiser pretending to be one. If Calypso ever gets tired of school, she could easily start a cult. 12. The pup who doesn't match. Missy stands out in a way nobody talks about. When every kid runs crying to their matching parents, she hugs a woman who isn't even her breed. Everyone else fits the family mold, but Missy's colors and features don't line up at all. Maybe she's adopted, or maybe Bluey's world allows for more mystery and genetics than we thought. Either way, her shy nature suddenly makes sense. She clings to comfort, stays quiet, and hates surprises, like someone who's still finding where she belongs. Behind those nervous smiles might be a story that Bluey's world isn't ready to explain. 13. The naked sleeve mystery. There's something hilarious about watching dogs who don't wear clothes act like they do. In Stumpfest, Stripe literally rolls up his invisible sleeves before getting to work. What sleeves? He's completely naked. It's like muscle memory from a world where shirts actually existed. Maybe this is proof that Bluey's dogs evolved from humans, or maybe it's just dad instinct kicking in. Bandit scratches his back like he's reaching under a t-shirt and nobody questions it. The whole thing feels like a glitch in reality. A polite illusion so the characters forget they're basically running around in the nude. 14. The invisible healer-in-law. Aunt Brandy shows up glowing and pregnant in the sign, but the big question hangs in the air. Where's the husband? Not once do we see him, not even a paw. Maybe he's shy, maybe he's imaginary, or maybe Brandy decided she didn't need one. Some think she used a donor, others believe he's just off-screen waiting for his dramatic entrance. But the silence feels intentional, like the show's guarding a secret. Brandy's always been the quiet storm of the family, and this mystery only adds to it. Whoever he is, he's either a legend or a complete disaster. 15. The gnome that refuses to retire. Jeremy, the healer family's garden gnome, has been through more trauma than most soap opera characters. He's been kicked, dropped, and cracked, yet somehow he's still standing guard like a tiny ceramic soldier. The funniest part is that every time he shows up, the same crack is still there. Proof that Bluey's world actually remembers its own chaos. From backpackers to the sign, Jeremy keeps surviving Bandit's disasters like he's cursed to witness them all. At this point, he deserves his own spin-off. Forget Bluey, it's Jeremy's turn to tell us what really happens in that backyard. 16. The ball that wouldn't come down. There's a rugby ball sitting on the healer family's roof, and nobody ever explains how it got there. It's just there, collecting dust, like a ghost from some forgotten backyard game. Maybe Bandit kicked it up there years ago and gave up trying to get it down, or maybe it landed there on its own. Because, let's be honest, weird stuff happens in that house. Every shot of the roof feels like a quiet reminder that the healer home hides more than laughter and chaos. That ball isn't just stuck, it's haunting the house, one awkward silence at a time. 17. The money that wouldn't quit. Somehow, one $5 note in Bluey's world keeps showing up like it has unfinished business. Bluey gets it from the Tooth Fairy, slaps a smiley sticker on it, and spends it at the market. That should have been the end. But nope, it reappears again and again in random hands. Winton's dad has it, then a busker, then it's back at an ice cream stand, like it's following its own storyline. It's not money anymore. It's a traveling curse made of paper. Either Brisbane has only one $5 bill, or this thing is proof that karma can literally pass through pockets. 18. The bulldog with too many dates. Winton's dad, Cornelius, might look like a chill single dad, but his love life could fill a whole drama series. One day, he's walking through town holding paws with a date, and the next, she's flirting with someone else right in front of him. Awkward doesn't even cover it. Then out of nowhere, he starts getting close to the terrier's mom, who just happens to have kids that look a lot like him. Coincidence? Probably not. Between airport meetings, failed flings, and mysterious handchecks for fresh breath, Cornelius might secretly be Brisbane's most complicated romantic disaster. 19. The bug that changed everything. It starts with a tiny caterpillar that Bluey and Bingo saved during a backyard water fight. Cute, right? But that same bug grows up to be the blue butterfly that lands on the healer car in the sign. When Chilli stops to admire it, she notices the for sale sign that changes the family's entire future. Without that butterfly, they might have missed it completely. No big speech, no magic spell, just quiet wings guiding destiny. It's the smallest creature in the show, but somehow it's the one that saves the healer family. Talk about a literal butterfly effect. 20. The day magic got caught on camera. In the episode Fairies, Bingo swears she sees something move her domino pieces. Everyone laughs it off, except the audience. When you pause that scene, there's clearly a tiny glowing figure darting past. Bandit doesn't notice a thing, but Bingo definitely does. Maybe it's just her imagination, or maybe fairies really exist in Bluey's world and only kids can see them. The way that creature flickers across the screen feels too real for pretend play. If those fairies are hanging around the healer house, they're either helping with the games or spying for something much bigger than playtime. 21. The moms who broke physics. In Shadowlands, Bluey, Coco, and Snickers are locked in an intense game of don't touch the sunlight. Their moms sit nearby, watching proudly, or at least they're supposed to. 1 second, the moms are facing the kids. The next, they've turned completely around without moving a muscle. No footsteps, no chair creaks, nothing. They just teleport mid-scene, like it's a casual thing. Maybe it's an animation error, or maybe these mums have unlocked powers we're not ready to understand. Either way, someone in Bluey's world is bending reality, and it's definitely not the kids this time. 22. The ex who deserved a timeout. Bosco seemed like a nice guy at first, polite, soft-spoken, and weirdly obsessed with rules. But then, we find out he's Frisky's ex, and suddenly, everything makes sense. In the sign, Bandit casually drops that Bosco cheated on her, and it's treated like small talk over coffee. The nerve. While Frisky's out here living her best life and fixing weddings, Bosco's probably somewhere still pretending it wasn't that serious. The show never shows his face again, which is fair. In Bluey's world, forgiveness is a theme. But even the nicest dogs know when someone deserves permanent emotional fetch duty. 23. The war crime in the playroom. In early life, Bluey plays doctor and proudly wears a red cross on her hat. It looks harmless, just a cute costume moment, until you realize she technically broke international law. The Red Cross isn't just a decoration, it's a protected symbol under the actual Geneva Convention. Only real medical or humanitarian workers are allowed to use it. That means Bluey's pretend doctor game accidentally stepped into war crime territory. Of course, nobody's hauling her off to doggy court, but it's wild to think a 6-year-old healer casually violated global law just by playing nurse in her own living room. 24. The toddler with a brand deal. Muffin isn't just a chaotic little cousin, she's basically the show's youngest influencer. Every time she appears, she's surrounded by the latest toys, gadgets, and accessories that look suspiciously like real products. Her tablet? It's basically an iPad with the logo barely changed. Her plush toys, all positioned perfectly for the camera. Even her meltdown episodes somehow turn into free ads for whatever she's holding. It's like she's secretly sponsored by every toy company in Brisbane. Muffin might throw tantrums and drop crumbs everywhere, but behind those puppy eyes is a marketing deal worth more than Bandit's salary. 25. The parent who vanished. Judo's mom, Wendy, is everywhere, peeking over fences, jogging past the healers, offering unwanted advice. But her husband? Nowhere to be seen. Not in flashbacks, not in background shots, not even in photos. It's like he never existed. Maybe he left, maybe he passed away, or maybe he's just hiding from Wendy's constant small talk. Judo acts tough, but there's always a hint of loneliness hiding under her sass. The show never explains it, and that silence says everything. Whatever happened to Judo's dad? It's one of those mysteries that makes Bluey's perfect suburb feel a little too real. So maybe Bluey's world isn't as innocent as it looks. Or maybe we're just finally seeing what's always been there. Which secret shocked you the most? And which one do you think the creators don't want us to figure out yet? Tell me in the comments before it mysteriously disappears. From ghost dogs to biblical quotes, Bluey is secretly the weirdest wholesome show you've ever watched. 1. There's an extra healer no one talks about. In the episode Grannies, we see a family photo hanging in Nana's house. There's Nana, Bandit, Stripe, and another random dog just standing there. No one says their name. No one ever mentions them again. They're just in the photo, like they've always been part of the family. But we never see them at birthdays, holidays, or even in the background. It's like the family just quietly erased them. Did they move away? Did they pass on? Were they exiled? Maybe Bluey's world isn't all playtime and tickle crabs. Maybe this forgotten healer holds a secret the show's too polite to talk about. Whatever happened, that dog is still frozen in the photo, smiling like they don't know they've been cut from the cast. 2. Sitting style secretly tells you who's who. There's a subtle rule in Bluey that most people miss, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Male characters usually sit with their legs wide apart, while female characters almost always sit with their legs tucked close together. It's never pointed out, but it happens in nearly every episode. It's not just random body language, it's an unspoken animation code used to help viewers tell characters apart, especially when voice pitch alone doesn't make it clear. Bluey even mimics this in Copycat, sitting with her legs spread to act more like Bandit. It's a weirdly clever trick buried deep in the show's design. The animators didn't have to do this, but they did anyway. Somewhere out there, a dog just crossed their legs and confirmed their gender. 3. Every episode is exactly 7 minutes for a reason. Bluey episodes are always 7 minutes long, and that's not an accident. The creators chose this length on purpose because it sits right between two other popular formats. Peppa Pig runs 5 minutes, and Charlie and Lola runs 11. 7 minutes might sound random, but it's actually the sweet spot for short-form storytelling. It's long enough to tell a full story with emotion, jokes, and a lesson, but short enough to keep even the most easily distracted kid watching until the end. The writers have said they often struggle to fit everything in, which is probably why Bluey episodes feel so focused. There's no time for filler. Every second matters. Somehow, in just 7 minutes, this show does what many full-length cartoons can't do in 22. That's not short, it's surgical. 4. Cats may have been wiped out. In Tradies, there's a weird cave painting in Bandit's office. It shows a dog holding up what looks like a lifeless cat. That's not cute, that's a warning. It might be the only clue we ever get about what happened to cats in Bluey's world. Because, think about it, have you ever seen an actual cat in this show? There are plushies, drawings, even kids pretending to be kittens, but never a real one. It's like they're extinct. Maybe there was a war. Maybe dogs won. Maybe Bluey lives in a post-cat society where everyone agrees never to bring it up again. If that's true, that cave painting isn't art. It's a cover-up. 5. A secret dog is hiding in almost every episode. Long Dog is a stretched-out sausage-looking pup that never speaks, never moves, and yet shows up everywhere. He's not part of the main cast. He doesn't even have lines. But somehow, he sneaks into background scenes like he owns the place. You'll find him woven into couch patterns, stuck on shelves, hiding behind fences, and even popping up in Bluey books. No one ever points him out. He's just there, like a ghost who refuses to leave the set. The weirdest part? He changes colors. Sometimes he's orange, sometimes he's blue, and sometimes he's just a shadow. It's like he's glitching through the show on purpose. What if Long Dog isn't an Easter egg, but a warning? Whatever he is, he's watching, and you just missed him again. 6. The nurse hat was silently censored. In the episode Early Baby, Bluey wears a little nurse's hat. In some versions, it has a red cross on it. In others, it's purple. That tiny color change seems harmless, until you realize it was done on purpose. Turns out, in some countries, using the red cross is restricted. Only real medical groups are allowed to show it, so Bluey's team quietly changed the symbol to avoid legal trouble. They didn't explain it. They just switched the color and hoped nobody would notice. But now you know. That innocent little nurse hat is actually hiding a red-taped secret. One version is a nurse. The other is just a kid in a costume. A color swap isn't much, unless it means you're pretending to save lives. 7. Socks might be telling a bigger story. Most dogs in Bluey walk, talk, and live like people. Even toddlers like Bingo run around upright. But Socks, Bluey's youngest cousin, doesn't. She barks, she crawls, she bites. She acts more like an actual puppy than a character in a cartoon. At first, it seems like a joke. just a baby being silly. But even as the show goes on, Socks keeps behaving differently. She's the only one like this. Some people think she's meant to represent a developmental delay or a form of neurodivergence. The show never says it out loud, but it never mocks her either. It just lets her be who she is, which makes Socks one of the most quietly powerful characters on the show. 8. Bingo's seatbelt magically upgraded itself. In Season 1, Bingo rides around in a simple lap belt. Looks fine, until you realize she's way too small for that kind of seat. Then, in Season 2, something quietly changes. No announcement, no big reveal. Just suddenly, Bingo has a proper 4-point harness like a real toddler would. It's almost like someone in production got nervous, or maybe someone at home pointed it out and the creators actually listened. Either way, this tiny change rewrites a weird part of Bluey's world. One day she's floating around in a loose seatbelt, the next she's locked in like a space pilot. Did something happen in between? A car crash? A close call? Or did the healers just quietly improve their parenting without telling anyone? Mysterious. And suspiciously responsible. 9. Bluey quietly slipped the Bible into your living room. In family meeting, Chilli looks Bluey in the eye and says, "The truth will set you free." That line isn't just mom wisdom, it's straight from the Bible, Gospel of John chapter 8. The show doesn't call it out. No church bells, no halos. Just a casual spiritual drop right in the middle of a parenting moment. Then there's the Easter episode. Bluey and Bingo find their eggs hidden behind a giant yoga ball. It rolls away like a stone from a tomb. You don't have to be a theologian to catch the vibe. Is this the resurrection in dog form? Did Bluey just stage the New Testament in the backyard? Maybe. Or maybe it's all one big coincidence. But when kids' shows start quoting scripture, you have to wonder who else in Bluey's world might be watching from above. 10. Bluey's parents didn't meet until years later. Bandit and Chilli have perfect chemistry. They joke, they parent, they cry at weird times. They sound like a real couple. But here's the twist. Those two voice actors never even met until after 4 whole seasons of the show. Dave McCormick, Bandit, and Melanie Zanetti, Chilli, recorded their lines separately, often in different cities, sometimes in different countries. That's right. All those warm family moments were total audio magic. No eye contact, no sharing snacks in the booth. Just two pros sending their voices into the void. When they finally met in person, it wasn't at a studio. It was at an event. After years of playing one of the most wholesome cartoon couples ever, they finally shook hands like strangers. If that's not acting sorcery, I don't know what is. 11th. Bandit's job is a family joke that got out of hand. Bandit works as an archaeologist. It sounds random until you remember he's a dog who loves digging holes. That part's funny, but the deeper reason is even better. Bandit's job is based on Bluey creator Joe Brum's real-life brother, Professor Adam Brum, who's an actual archaeologist. He once helped discover the remains of a new human species. Not even kidding. So when Bandit digs up pretend fossils in the backyard, it's kind of a shout-out. A private family joke that somehow became global canon. Now Bandit's out here teaching kids about ancient bones while wearing flip-flops. Meanwhile, his real-life counterpart is writing scientific papers. One's hunting mammoth toys, the other's rewriting human history. And honestly, it's hard to say which job is more impressive at this point. 12. One $5 note quietly travels the entire show. In markets, Bluey gets a $5 note from the Tooth Fairy. It seems like just a sweet moment until you start noticing that same exact bill popping up again. She spends it on a toffee apple, and from there, the money begins its journey. It shows up in dance mode, sitting in Busker's hat, still carrying the little Tooth Fairy sticker. Later, in the quiet game, Busker finally uses it to buy ice cream. This one note quietly passes through several hands, crossing episodes like it has its own storyline. No one mentions it, but the animators clearly kept track. It's just a piece of cash, but it connects characters, choices, and small joys across time. Honestly, that bill deserves its own spin-off. Or at least a retirement frame on the Healer fridge. 13. Chippy's tattoos reveal a secret love story. Chippy isn't just a tradie with tools. He's also the only character in Bluey with tattoos. On one arm, there's a tiger. On the other, a pair of cherries. At first, it just looks like a quirky design choice. But look closer, and you'll realize the cherries are a sweet tribute to his girlfriend, Cherry. That's not just cute, it's committed. His car adds another strange layer. The license plate reads Seagull, which seems random until you find out it's a reference to a TikTok comedy series called Seagull Chippy, made by the same guy who voices him. Somehow, the animators snuck in a personal shout-out to the actor's side project. Between hidden tattoos and inside jokes, Chippy might secretly be the most complex character in the entire show, and he barely says anything. 14. Bluey's future is already under construction. In one blink-and-you-miss-it scene from the episode Surprise, we get a peek at Brisbane in the future, and it's more detailed than you'd expect. The rooftops are lined with solar panels, the cars are all electric, and there are delivery drones buzzing around like giant mosquitoes. But the oddest part is the third garbage bin sitting on the curb, suggesting that future families need to sort their trash even more carefully. It's not flashy or over the top, but every piece of that quick scene feels intentional, as if the creators are sneaking in their own hopeful version of what lies ahead. It's still the same world, just cleaner, greener, and slightly more organized. The real mystery is how Bandit still manages to forget Bin Day. 15. Bingo might be following in Bandit's footsteps. In the episode Surprise, a digital photo frame in the Healer home briefly shows Bingo standing on Easter Island. But instead of the usual stone heads, there are giant dog statues staring into the sky. It's easy to laugh it off as a silly vacation shot, but there's more hiding in that picture. Easter Island is one of the world's biggest archaeological mysteries, and Bandit just happens to be an archaeologist. That image might be a quiet clue about Bingo's future. Maybe she grows up to study ancient dog civilizations, uncovering lost bones and secrets while wearing cargo shorts like her dad. The photo flashes by in seconds, but it tells a whole story. Bingo isn't just imagining a trip. She's stepping into Bandit's muddy shoes, one excavation at a time. 16. Rusty's family carries secret symbols on their chests. Every member of Rusty's family has a unique mark on their chest, and none of them are random. Rusty has a diamond. His sister has a small circle. His brother wears a downward arrow. Their dad has a triangle, and their mum rocks a lightning bolt. At first, it seems like a fun design choice, but there's actually a real-world reason behind it. Rusty's family are red Australian Kelpies, a dog breed known for having distinct white patches on their chests. The show took that trait and turned it into something deeper, almost like family sigils in a fantasy story. Each symbol feels personal, like it carries a hidden meaning or role. It wouldn't be surprising if their living room had a coat of arms. If Bluey's world had kingdoms, Rusty's clan would rule the outback. 17. Bluey's world is just a cartoon Brisbane. The show might be animated, but Bluey's world is almost a perfect copy of real-life Brisbane. If you look closely, you'll spot familiar landmarks tucked into the background like secret love letters to the city. Queen Street Mall makes an appearance, along with the South Bank Ferris wheel spinning near the water. Even Noosa's Big Pelican shows up for a quick cameo. These aren't random background choices. They're real places, drawn with enough detail to feel lived in. It turns the show into a virtual tour for anyone paying attention. For locals, it's like watching their backyard turned into a cartoon. For everyone else, it adds a strange realism to a world full of talking dogs. Somewhere out there, a real bandit might be grocery shopping near a very real hammer barn. 18. The characters are humming their own theme song. There's something strange happening in Bluey, and it has to do with the music. In several episodes, you can catch Bandit or Chilli casually humming a tune while doing chores or walking around. It sounds familiar for a reason, because it's the Bluey theme song. They're humming the exact music that plays at the start of every episode, which means they somehow know the show's theme exists. That's a level of meta that's hard to ignore. Either these dogs are aware they're on television, or the song is playing inside their universe, like an actual family anthem. Imagine if you hummed your own intro music while brushing your teeth, completely unaware it was also playing over the speakers. It's a harmless detail, but it makes you wonder who's really in charge of the soundtrack. 19. Bluey's theme song breaks all the music rules. Most shows have a theme song with a steady beat and predictable rhythm. Not Bluey. Composer Geoff Bush designed the music to feel like a game of musical statues. It has no consistent beat, no drums, and no real structure. It's built around hand claps, bouncy notes, and sudden pauses that trick your brain into paying closer attention. The randomness makes it feel playful, like the characters could jump in at any second. That's exactly the point. It's not just music, it's part of the game. The song forces kids to listen carefully, to stay alert, and to join in like they're part of the fun. It's a theme song disguised as an activity, and it works better than most playground equipment. Somehow, chaos became catchy. And just like that, we've reached the tail end of these mind-blowing Bluey secrets. Be honest, do you think the creators are hiding a darker storyline under all that wholesomeness? Drop your boldest theory in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more deep cartoon dives.
What if Bluey and her family weren't just cartoons but real-life figures? Get ready to see these characters in a whole new way. Muffin, Bluey's hilariously unpredictable cousin, is a whirlwind of energy, drama, and mischief. She's either throwing a tantrum or bouncing off the walls. There's no middle ground. In real life, Muffin could be a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, a breed that's equal parts sweet and sassy. Known for their expressive faces, they can switch from looking innocent to downright mischievous in seconds. Cavaliers love being the center of attention, just like Muffin when she's stealing the spotlight, and maybe a few cookies at family gatherings. Let's be honest, every family has a Muffin. Jack. Jack might be small, but he's got the energy of 10 dogs combined. He's that one friend who insists, "I got this," even when the challenge seems impossible. In real life, Jack Russell Terriers are fearless, full of energy, and just a little bit stubborn. If they decide to do something, whether it's leaping over a fence or climbing a tree, they will find a way. Honestly, if anyone could make it to the moon on pure willpower, it's Jack. Pom-Pom. Pom-Pom may be the smallest pup in Bluey, but she's bursting with confidence and enthusiasm. No challenge is too big for her, and she's always eager to prove herself. Her real-life inspiration, the Pomeranian, a tiny but fearless breed known for its fluffy coat and lively spirit. These little dogs may be small, but their energy and bold personalities make them stand out. Just like Pom-Pom in the show, they bring excitement and charm everywhere they go, proving that size doesn't define bravery.
Pom-Pom! That was close.
Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc is the kind of friend everyone wants. Loyal, playful, and always up for an adventure. That's no surprise considering he's inspired by the Labrador Retriever, one of the most affectionate and outgoing dog breeds. Labradors are known for their friendly nature and endless energy, making them perfect companions for outdoor fun. Whether running through the woods or playing with friends, they're always ready for excitement. These lovable dogs come in yellow, chocolate, and black, each with the same gentle, easygoing personality. Rusty. Rusty is the kind of friend who's always up for an adventure, full of energy and determination. His real-life counterpart, the Australian Kelpie, is just as hardworking and spirited. More specifically, Rusty is based on the red Australian Kelpie, known for its sleek reddish-brown coat and endless enthusiasm. These dogs are natural herders, always on the move and eager to work. Their intelligence makes them easy to train, and their loyalty means they form strong bonds, just like Rusty with his friends. Whether herding sheep or playing a game, Kelpies give it their all, making them a perfect match. Calypso. Calypso stands out in Bluey with her multicolored fur and calm, wise personality. But did you know she's based on the Australian Shepherd? This breed is known for its intelligence, agility, and strong herding instincts. With their striking mix of colors and sharp, attentive eyes, Australian Shepherds are both beautiful and highly skilled. They're quick learners, always ready for a challenge and full of energy. Just like Calypso guides her students with patience and wisdom, real Australian Shepherds are natural leaders, making them the perfect inspiration for this beloved character. Honey. Honey, the thoughtful beagle in Bluey, is the friend who keeps everyone in check. While others dive headfirst into chaos, she's the one asking, "Should we think this through first?" Her real-life counterpart, the beagle, shares her personality perfectly. Beagles are known for their curiosity, loyalty, and strong sense of smell, always on the lookout for the next big discovery. Just like Honey watches out for her friends, real-life beagles make wonderful companions, ensuring every adventure stays fun, but not too out of control. Indy. Indy is a free spirit in Bluey, always curious and full of imagination. Her real-life counterpart, the Afghan Hound, a breed known for its elegance and flowing silky coat. With their graceful walk and regal appearance, Afghan hounds turn heads wherever they go. But they're not just about looks. They're independent, intelligent, and surprisingly playful. Their long fur requires care, but it adds to their charm. Just like Indy's adventurous personality in the show, Afghan hounds have a spirited nature, making them a perfect match for this fun and unique character. Trixie. Trixie has that everything's under control energy, even when chaos is unfolding around her. She's the friend who reassures everyone with a calm, no big deal, while secretly plotting a full-scale cleanup operation. In real life, Trixie's breed, the Australian cattle dog, is just as sharp and reliable. These dogs are intelligent, fiercely loyal, and always up for a challenge. If you ever need someone to lead Operation Toy Rescue, you can bet Trixie's already on it. Uncle Stripe. Uncle Stripe is the laid-back yet competitive younger brother of Bandit, always ready for a bit of fun. Whether he's playing with his kids or playfully challenging Bandit, he brings a carefree and humorous vibe to Bluey. Like his brother, Stripe is inspired by the Australian cattle dog, specifically a blue heeler with a lighter coat. While Bandit's fur is darker and more speckled, Stripe's softer coloring mirrors real-life blue heelers that have paler shades. Whether in the show or in real life, Stripe's easygoing nature and playful energy make him a lovable part of the family. Chucky. Unlike his high-energy sibling, Chucky is a bit more gentle and reserved, but that doesn't stop him from joining in on the fun. His character is inspired by the Golden Retriever, a breed known for its affectionate and friendly nature. Golden Retrievers are one of the most beloved family dogs, famous for their soft golden coats and lovable personalities. Just like Chucky, they enjoy being around others and have a naturally sweet temperament. Dougie made his debut in Bluey during the episode Turtle Boy, instantly capturing hearts with his gentle and kind nature. Much like Bingo, he's soft-spoken, caring, and always up for a small adventure. In real life, Dougie is based on the toy poodle, a breed known for its intelligence, curly fur, and affectionate personality. These little dogs may be small, but they're incredibly smart and full of charm. A real-life Dougie would be just as cuddly and lovable as his animated counterpart. Snickers. Snickers has a unique appearance that sets him apart in Bluey, thanks to his long body and short legs. His real-world counterpart? The dachshund is often called the wiener dog or sausage dog. Dachshunds are easily recognizable with their elongated torsos and tiny legs. They're bold, curious, and always ready for an adventure. These little dogs are known for their playful and determined personalities, much like Snickers in the series.
What is it? Can I have a lollipop? Yeah.
Coco. Coco might not be in every episode of Bluey, but she always leaves an impression with her bubbly personality. In real life, she's inspired by the poodle, a breed famous for its intelligence and charm. While Coco has a soft pink coat in the show, real poodles come in many shades, from classic white and black to warm apricot. Their signature curly fur isn't just stylish, it's also low shedding. Poodles are quick learners, full of energy, and love being part of the action, just like Coco. Chilli. Chilli Heeler is the heart of the Heeler family, bringing warmth, wisdom, and plenty of fun. Whether she's joining in on imaginative play or teaching Bluey and Bingo important lessons, she's a perfect mix of patience and playfulness. Her character is inspired by the Red Heeler, a variation of the Australian cattle dog. Unlike Bandit's blue speckled coat, Red Heelers have a rich reddish-brown color, just like Chilli. In real life, these dogs are intelligent, active, and incredibly loyal. Socks. Socks is the smallest member of the Heeler family, Muffin's little sister, and Bluey and Bingo's cousin. Still in her puppy phase, she's often seen crawling, nibbling, and figuring out the world around her in the most adorable way. Like the rest of the Heelers, Socks is inspired by the Australian cattle dog, but as a pup, she has that extra level of charm. Tiny paws, floppy ears, and endless curiosity. Real-life Heeler puppies share the same playful energy, always exploring and getting into mischief. Just like Socks, they bring excitement and a little bit of chaos wherever they go. Banjo. Banjo is a name Bluey fans might recognize, popping up in a few episodes and making an appearance in Bin Night. But what you might not know is that Banjo isn't just any dog. He's based on a real-life breed called the Kokanee. This small yet lively dog is known for its affectionate nature and boundless energy. With soft fur, expressive eyes, and a playful personality, it's easy to see why this breed fits perfectly into Bluey's world. Kokanees love to stay active, are always ready for playtime, and are incredibly loyal to their families, making them the perfect inspiration for Banjo. Mackenzie. Mackenzie is one of Bluey's closest friends, always ready to jump into an adventure. Confident and full of spirit, she never hesitates to speak her mind. Her character is based on the Border Collie, a breed famous for its sharp mind, quick reflexes, and seemingly endless energy. While Mackenzie's animated version is a bit smaller, real-life Border Collies are easily recognizable with their black and white coats, bright eyes, and lively personalities. Just like Mackenzie, they're always up for a challenge.
Sit down. Lie down.
Bingo! Bingo! Healer may be the younger sibling, but she's just as adventurous and full of wonder as Bluey. Whether she's lost in her own world of make-believe or tagging along on family fun, Bingo's playful and affectionate nature shines through. She takes after her mom, Chilli, as a red healer, a variation of the Australian cattle dog. In real life, red healers are known for their strong bond with their families, making them the perfect inspiration for Bingo's sweet and spirited character. Bandit. Bandit isn't just a great dad, he's a non-stop source of fun and adventure inspired by the Australian cattle dog, a breed known for its smarts, loyalty, and boundless energy. With their speckled coats and sharp instincts, these dogs are natural problem solvers, always up for a challenge. Just like Bandit, they thrive on activity, whether it's running, playing, or exploring new places. Australian cattle dogs are also incredibly devoted to their families, making them the perfect match for Bluey's fun-loving dad. Tough and energetic, they handle the heat well but always appreciate a cool spot to relax. Bluey. Bluey Healer is the playful, curious pup at the center of the series, always ready for a new adventure. Her character takes inspiration from the Blue Healer, also called the Australian cattle dog. With their signature blue-gray speckled coats and alert expressions, these dogs are both hardworking and fun-loving. Just like Bluey in the show, real Blue Healers are always eager to play, but can have serious moments too. Whether herding cattle or chasing a balloon in keepy-uppy, they bring the same enthusiasm and spirit to everything they do. And there you have it, what Bluey characters might look like in real life. While their animated charm is hard to beat, it's fun to imagine how they'd fit into our world. Which character's real-life version surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fun content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Forget Marvel. Bluey has better continuity, darker secrets, and a grandpa who might have faked his trip to India. 1. The Ice Cream Lady's Secret Empire. The Ice Cream Lady has had one of the most impressive glow-ups in Bluey, and almost no one noticed. In her first appearance, she's just a cheerful vendor with a tiny cot, serving drippy cones to Bluey and Bingo. A few seasons later, she's upgraded to a market stall, smiling like she just got her first business loan. By tradies, she's driving a full-blown ice cream truck, probably with her own jingles and tax problems. While the healers are learning life lessons about sharing and patience, this woman's out there building an empire, one scoop at a time. That's true Australian hustle. 2. The day Bluey pulled a Marvel move. Here's something wild hiding in plain sight. The episode Army shows Rusty training Jack to be the toughest kid in school, but if you freeze a few frames, the background matches adventure perfectly. Same clothes, same weather, same playground chaos. That means both stories are happening at the exact same time. Yep, Bluey quietly pulled a cinematic universe move. While Rusty's learning discipline, Bluey's across the yard fighting dragons with Chloe. It's one ordinary day split into two epic sagas. Turns out, the healer world runs on perfect continuity, not chaos. Honestly, that's more organized than my real life. 3. The day Bluey committed a war crime. You wouldn't expect an adorable cartoon dog to break international law, but here we are. In the episode Early Baby, Bluey wears a little nurse hat with a bright red cross on it. Cute, right? Not according to the Geneva Convention. That symbol purple is legally protected by the real Red Cross, and using it without permission is technically a violation. So, the studio had to quietly recolor it purple before someone got a very awkward letter from Geneva. Imagine explaining that in court. Your Honor, it was just pretend doctor time. 4. Bandit's mysterious trip to India. Something strange happens between Curry Quest and Stickbird. Bandit vanishes for weeks, then comes back acting like he's seen the meaning of life. He's quiet, distracted, and a little too zen for a dad who usually argues with lawnmowers. Later in the sign, we find out he once thought about moving the whole family for a new job. Suddenly, his work trip to India feels less like archaeology and more like a midlife crisis disguised as cultural exploration. Maybe he didn't just dig up bones, maybe he dug up regret. 5. The backyard pond that took 3 years. What looks like a random background detail actually has its own construction timeline. In Stumpfest, Chilli casually mentions wanting a fish pond. Nothing major, just mom talk. Then, ages later in tradies, you see workers actually digging it out. Finally, in alongside, there it is. Finished, peaceful, and full of fish. That's not a quick weekend project. And that's 3 real-world years of waiting for one animated pond to exist. While we've been watching Bluey learn about friendship and fairness, Chilli's been running a slow-burn landscaping saga. Honestly, that woman deserves a renovation show. Extreme Makeover Healer Edition. 6. The mystery dad we never see. When the sign dropped its biggest reveal, Aunt Brandy finally pregnant, it felt like pure joy, but something's off. There's no husband in sight, no photo, no paw print, not even a shadow. The show doesn't say if he exists, which makes the silence louder. Maybe Brandy used EVF after years of trying. Maybe her partner's away, or gone, or just not ready to face the spotlight. Whatever the truth, it turns a happy ending into a quiet question. Bluey celebrates new life, but it also reminds you, every family photo has someone just outside the frame. 7. The secret hidden in Roxy's fur. In Surprise, we get a glimpse of future Bluey and her daughter, a little purple pup fans like to call Roxy. People have argued for years over who the dad is, Mackenzie or Jean-Luc, but the answer might be hiding in her fur. If you blend their colors together digitally, you get the same shade as Bluey's logo blue. That's too precise to be random. It's like the animators left us a secret code saying Roxy isn't anyone's hybrid pup. She's Bluey 2.0, the next generation. Same heart, new color palette, and probably the same talent for emotional chaos. 8. The Forbidden Loo. There's one room in the healer house that no one dares to enter, Bandit's bathroom. It's mentioned like an urban legend, a place so foul it requires its own plumbing jurisdiction. The show plays it as a joke, but there's something weirdly ominous about it. Why does he need a private toilet? What's he hiding in there? Ancient fossils, emotional baggage, or just lunch from last week? It's the perfect mix of domestic horror and dad comedy. Somewhere between science and shame, Bandit's bathroom exists as Bluey's most mysterious location. Not even Chilli's brave enough to investigate the smell. 9. Captain Snickers Unmasked. Snickers might look like the quiet, nerdy kid of the playground, but his yellow cap tells a different story. That hat isn't just for shade, it's his entire personality. He almost never takes it off, except for 2 rare moments. When it flies away mid-roll in Explorers, and when he removes it for his big news anchor debut in K9 News. The second that it's gone, Snickers transforms from clumsy sidekick to confident legend. It's the perfect superhero reveal. Mild-mannered dachshund by day, Captain Snickers by playtime. Someone get this pup a comic book deal and a theme song. 10. Sparks in the Healer House. In Fancy Restaurant, Bluey and Bingo set the stage for their parents' date night. Everything looks warm and cozy, until a tiny detail flickers in the background. A lamp behind Bandit and Chilli sputters, then burns out completely. The show never points it out, but it's impossible to unsee once you notice. That light isn't just bad luck, it hints at faulty wiring in the healer home. For a family with 2 young kids, that's more than an inconvenience. It's a hidden fire hazard waiting to spark. Behind the laughter and pretend dinners, the house itself may be quietly dangerous. 11. The Vanished Mrs. Bulldog. Winton's home life hides one of Bluey's quietest mysteries. We always see him with his dad, Cornelius, the lovable bachelor who's either on a date or fixing his car, but never with his mom. Not once. The only clue is on Cornelius's car, a family doodle showing Winton, dad, and a third figure that's been carefully erased. It's a chilling little detail that says more than any dialogue could. Maybe she left, maybe she passed, or maybe Cornelius just couldn't stand the reminder. Whatever happened, that missing line on the window feels heavier than a whole breakup episode. 12. The Halftime Pup. Judo's one of those neighbors who's there one week and gone the next, and it's not just a scheduling thing. Wendy's always solo, juggling cupcakes and chaos, while Judo quietly disappears between episodes. The unspoken truth? She's probably splitting time between parents. Maybe her dad's overseas, maybe he's just across town. But either way, Judo's living the every other weekend life. It's a blink and you miss it dose of realism, hiding behind playdates and backyard drama. While the healers chase butterflies, Judo's learning how to pack 2 toothbrushes. In Bluey, even the side pups get heartbreak in shared custody form. 13. Bandit's hidden souvenirs. If you look closely at Bandit's office shelf, you'll spot something that doesn't belong. An old bone fragment and a cracked piece of pottery. They're not just random decorations, they're the same artifacts from Curry Quest, sitting there covered in dust like forgotten trophies. It's quiet proof that Bandit actually went on that big archaeological trip he once debated taking. While everyone else was busy learning life lessons, he was out chasing ancient relics and probably sunburn. Those props are his receipts. Bandit didn't just think about adventure, he brought a piece of it home. 14. The Ghost of the Horse. Chilli's mom is never seen, but her absence echoes through the show. Every mention is in past tense, every photo feels like a quiet memorial. In Dragon, Chilli sketches a horse, graceful, calm, and heartbreakingly symbolic. It's not just a doodle, it's a tribute. Old photos show her mother riding, so maybe the horse isn't random at all. Maybe it's the memory that took her away. Bluey never says it out loud, but that's the magic. It lets grief live between the lines. While the pups play pretend, Chilli's still painting her goodbyes one hoofprint at a time. 15. The ball that never came down. In Double Babysitter, a rugby ball ends up stranded on the Haler house roof, and nobody bothers to get it down. Most shows would forget that kind of throwaway gag, but Bluey kept it. 20 episodes later, in The Sign, it's still there. Faded, dirty, and clearly abandoned. It's the show's longest-running background joke and a quiet test for anyone paying attention. Either Bandit's too lazy to grab a ladder, or the healers treat it as some kind of roof guardian now. Honestly, that ball has survived more episodes than some side characters. It deserves its own credit line. 16. The Case of the Vanishing $10. In Ragdoll, Bandit spots a $10 bill on the floor and slips it into the couch like he's hiding stolen treasure. But when he gets up, the money's gone. No wallet, no cushions, nothing. It just disappears into the mysterious void that also eats your socks. Then, many episodes later, that exact same green note shows up pinned to the healer fridge like a tiny trophy. Maybe it's not an animation slip-up. Maybe the healers believe in keeping lucky money close. Or maybe Bandit just finally found it during one of his deep clean breakdowns. Either way, mystery solved. Sort of. 17. Chilli's mysterious pocket dimension. In Phones, Chilli casually takes out her mobile, checks it, and then just puts it away. Except there's no pocket, no purse, not even a sleeve. The phone simply melts into her fur like she's hiding a tiny wormhole under there. The animators never explain it, but it happens more than once. Maybe adult dogs in Bluey have secret marsupial pouches. It would make sense, considering they live in Australia. Either that or Chilli's carrying some next-level tech, like an interdimensional handbag Mary Poppins would envy. 18. Jeremiah the Gnome's cracked timeline. Jeremiah the Garden Gnome isn't just a piece of background decor. He's living proof of Bluey's commitment to detail. In Backpackers, he gets knocked over and his hat breaks. No big deal, right? Fast forward to The Sign, and the crack's even wider. But here's the twist. The animators didn't just let it be. They actually tracked the crack's progress across episodes. Yes, someone at Ludo Studios keeps a gnome damage continuity chart, making sure Jeremiah's damage is consistent. So while Bandit's dealing with lawn chaos, Jeremiah's quietly starring in his own ongoing saga of garden gnome trauma. 19. Chilli's resourceful heatwave hack. In the pool, Chilli is sweating it out in the Australian sun when she grabs a piece of paper to fan herself. But here's the kicker. Pause the screen and take a closer look. That's no ordinary scrap of paper. It's the exact menu from the takeaway episode. Chilli turned a piece of junk into a lifesaver. It's such a subtle, yet genius example of Bluey's attention to detail. While the healers are working on life lessons, Chilli's out here recycling props like a true mum. Who needs a fancy fan when you've got takeout leftovers? 20. Mr. Mime's pillow cameo. In Magic, there's a random pillow on the couch that looks suspiciously like Mr. Mime from Pokemon. It's a strange detail, but it's also brilliant. This same pillow shows up again in The Sign during the wedding scene, but this time, it's been recolored. It's a sneaky Easter egg hidden in plain sight. The animators clearly had some fun here, reusing the pillow as a quiet reminder that magic connects everything. So while the healers are dealing with love and life, Mr. Mime's comfy cushion is out here pulling the strings behind the scenes. 21. Flappy's fluttering comeback. In Slide, Bingo and Lila rescue a tiny caterpillar, watch it cocoon, and cheer when it turns into a blue butterfly they call Flappy. It's a sweet little side story that seems to end there. But in The Sign, during Rad and Frisky's wedding, that same butterfly drifts lazily across the screen like it owns the place. It's not random. Flappy returns exactly when another new beginning is happening. One winged callback, two emotional milestones. The show literally recycles insects for symbolism. Somewhere in Brisbane, that butterfly's probably a celebrity by now. Bluey's tiniest returning character, 22. Bingo's forgotten kite. Remember the kite Bingo won in Pass the Parcel? The one she hugged like it was her firstborn? Well, it makes a quiet return in dirt and things aren't looking good. If you pause the opening shot, you can spot it stuck high in a tree, flapping helplessly like it gave up on life. No one mentions it. No one even looks up. It's just there, slowly fading in the sun. That poor kite went from pure joy to backyard relic in record time. It's a tiny tragedy hidden in plain sight. Bingo's happiest toy turned permanent lawn decor. 23. Bingo's scariest day was real. In Bumpy and the Wise Old Wolfhound, Bingo spends time in the hospital, hooked up to oxygen and monitored by doctors. It feels emotional and real because it actually is. Joe Brum, the creator of Bluey, based the episode on his own daughter's asthma attack that landed her in intensive care. Every quiet moment, Bandit's worry, Chilli's calm face that's barely holding together, comes straight from experience. It's not just a story about being brave, it's a thank you note to every parent who's lived that fear. Suddenly, those cartoon hospital beeps feel a lot heavier than you remember. 24. The ex who ruined fairy tales. Frisky might look like she's got it all together, but one little comment in Double Babysitter tells a darker story. When she says, "Tomorrow you'll be with another princess," that's not just sass. That's heartbreak talking. The name Bosso slips out once, and suddenly everything clicks. He was her ex, the one who probably cheated and left her questioning love itself. It explains why she hesitated with Rad, even when the sparks were obvious. Bosso never shows up on screen, but his shadow's all over her story. Every smile hides a tiny reminder of the prince who blew it. 25. Where did Grandpa Bob really go? Grandpa Bob disappears for what feels like forever, then suddenly pops back up saying he's been in India. Sure, Bob, that sounds totally normal. But if you've been watching closely, his long breaks and foggy memory tell a different story. In Fairy Tale, he can't remember Bandit's name, and that's not just silly grandpa humor. It feels like early dementia, quietly woven into the show. Even Bingo's bedtime line, "Good night, Grandpa," wherever you are, hits harder once you think about it. Maybe Bob wasn't sightseeing. Maybe he was getting help. Bluey hides heartbreak under its brightest colors, and this one hurts. If Bluey can hide heartbreak, law crimes, and ice cream empires behind playtime, what else is buried in those 7-minute episodes? Go on, what theory are you ready to bet your long dog on? Comments are open, detectives. Let's see who spots the next secret first. You've seen Bluey 100 times, but the biggest mysteries were never in plain sight. 1. Bandit might be hiding something. In one episode, Bandit is just standing there, staring at an old ashtray. That's it. But the problem is, ashtrays don't just appear. Someone put it there. And guess what? No one else is around. Just Bandit. Now, why would a kids show randomly add something used only by smokers? Unless it meant something? Is Bluey's fun-loving dad secretly puffing off screen? Did he quit years ago and just kept the ashtray for memories? Or was this a sneaky nod to his wild younger days? Either way, it's very weird. Maybe that's why he's always so chill. 2. A forgotten healer lurks in the hall. There's a photo hanging in Bluey's house that shows a dog no one has ever seen before. Same healer colors, same family vibe, but totally unknown. The strangest part is that this character only shows up in the original pilot episode and never returns. Not even once. It's like they were created, drawn, framed, and then completely erased from the world of Bluey. No mention, no backstory, no cameo. Just silently watching from the wall. Maybe this pup was part of an early idea for the show. Or maybe the healers have a sibling they never talk about. 3. The long dog has upgraded. The famous hidden long dog makes a strange return in the episode Surprise. But this time, it's no soft toy. It's a full-on robot. This version has glowing eyes, mechanical legs, and hovers like a futuristic drone. For a show about backyard games and family hugs, that's a major shift. It's almost like the Bluey universe just opened the door to science fiction. Has the long dog become self-aware? self-aware? Is this a secret glimpse into the future of their world? 4. The Healer sisters might be linked. In the episode Sleepy Time, Bluey and Bingo both dream about flying across the planet Jupiter. It's not just similar, it's the exact same dream at the same time with the same details. That's not normal. People don't just sync up their dreams like that, even in cartoons. So, how did this happen? Could Bluey and Bingo have some kind of psychic bond? Is this a side effect of their closeness? Or something much stranger? Maybe they're part of an experiment? Or maybe the Healer kids are hiding powers we were never meant to notice. 5. A stranger's ball is watching. In the episode Double Babysitter, there's a random rugby ball stuck on the Healer family's roof. At first, it seems harmless. But here's the twist. It doesn't belong to Bandit. His ball is green and white. This one is orange and completely different. So where did it come from? Did a neighbor lose it? Did someone throw it during a wild party? Or is it the same ball we saw land on the roof in a totally different episode? The show never explains it. It just sits there, in plain sight, like a forgotten clue nobody wants to talk about. 6. Bluey's world breaks dog laws. Everyone knows chocolate is toxic for dogs. It can make them sick, or worse. But in Bluey, that rule seems to be completely ignored. We see characters eating chocolate like it's no big deal, and nobody even reacts. No vet visits, no warnings, not even a tummy ache. So what's going on here? Did dogs in this universe evolve to digest chocolate? Is this just a huge oversight? Or are we supposed to believe that these pups are so advanced, even their snacks break science? Whatever the reason, it quietly breaks one of the biggest dog rules there is. 7. Chilli's past hides a loss. In the episode Dragon, we see young Chilli remembering her mum, but only in short, faded flashes. That alone tells us something happened early on. There's no name given, so let's just call her Marta. The dragon in the story might not just be pretend. It could be a symbol for something real, like a serious illness that took her away. Some viewers believe it was cancer, which would explain the quiet sadness in Chilli's memories. With Mort always away for military work, Chilli may have faced that loss mostly on her own. No wonder she's so protective now. 8. The laundry makes no sense. Chilli is often shown doing laundry, folding shirts, or hanging clothes out to dry. But here's the weird part. Almost no one wears clothes. Bandit occasionally puts on a hat or towel, and Bluey has a few dress-up items, but regular outfits just don't exist. So why is there always laundry? Where are these clothes even coming from? Are they invisible? Are they just props for the parents to feel normal? Or is Chilli secretly obsessed with clean fabric? Either way, the sight of freshly washed shirts in a world of naked dogs feels like a running joke nobody explains. 9. The family photos keep changing. Take a close look at the framed photo of Bluey and Bingo in their room. In early episodes, Bluey is winking with her tongue out. Later on, the same photo shows her smiling normally, no tongue, both eyes open. It's not a new photo. Everything else is the same. Only Bluey's face has changed. This isn't just a one-time thing. Other background photos have shifted too, with tiny edits nobody mentions. So who's doing it? Is someone quietly swapping memories? Maybe these changes are hints about time travel, alternate timelines, or just a bored animator messing with us all. 10. Mackenzie's mum looks different now. In early episodes, Mackenzie's mum has one brown spot on her face. Later on, she suddenly has two. The change is never explained, and it happens without warning. Either she decided to dye her fur for fun, or someone in the art department quietly updated her design. But what if it wasn't just a visual tweak? Maybe dogs in this world change their fur the way humans change hairstyles. Or maybe there's something deeper going on with Mackenzie's family. Whatever the reason, it's a strange shift that happens right in front of us, and no one says a word. 11th. Maynard knows more than he should. At Radley and Frisky's wedding, there's a familiar face in the crowd. Maynard, Grandpa Mort's longtime buddy. Now, here's the strange part. He has no known link to Radley or Frisky. He's not family, and he's never been shown as a close friend of the couple. So why is he there? Either Maynard has a deeper history with Frisky that we've never been told, or he just tags along with Mort everywhere. Wedding invite or not. Maybe he's secretly connected to the Healers in ways we haven't seen yet. Or maybe he just really loves free cake and drama. 12. The long dog hides among the beans. In the Pavlova episode, Bluey opens the fridge, and tucked beside a container of beans is something unexpected. It's the long dog, but not as a toy. This time, it's green, skinny, and sitting quietly like it belongs there. It actually looks like one of the beans. So now, the long dog isn't just hiding in backgrounds or magnets, it's pretending to be food. This might be the most bizarre version yet. Are we supposed to believe someone eats it by mistake? Or is this long dog alive, sneaking from fridge to fridge, just waiting to be discovered again? 13. Grandpa Bob has vanished. After season 2, Grandpa Bob completely disappeared disappears from the show. He isn't mentioned, he doesn't show up, and the only trace left is a few old family photos on the wall. For someone as important as Bandit's dad, that's more than strange. It's suspicious. Did he move away? Is he off on some kind of endless adventure? Or did something sad happen that the family just doesn't talk about? The show never explains it. One day, he's part of family barbecues. The next, he's a silent memory. Whatever happened to Bob, it feels like the healers are hiding something big. 14. Bluey's world has jumped ahead. In the episode, Surprise, something feels off right from the beginning. The healer house looks the same, but the world outside doesn't. The skyline is filled with towering skyscrapers, and drones fly across the sky delivering packages. It's not just a fun background detail. It looks like the city has leapt years into the future. Even the long dog Easter egg turns robotic. So what happened? Did time pass faster than we thought? Or did we just skip ahead? This version of Brisbane feels more like a sci-fi film than a kid's show. Maybe Bluey's world is evolving, quietly but fast. 15. The Wiggles exist in dog form. In one episode, there's a framed photo of a dog band hanging on the wall. It's clearly meant to be the Wiggles, but reimagined as dogs. Same colored outfits, same pose, same everything. The weird part is what this actually suggests. If the Wiggles are part of Bluey's world, and they're dogs now, does that mean they used to be human? Is this a world that came after ours? Maybe the dogs didn't just replace humans, they evolved from them. Or maybe this is a universe where everything got rebooted, but the kids' music somehow survived the apocalypse. 16th Bandit might be smuggling cartoons. In the episode Hospital, Bluey pretends to pull a toy out of Bandit's belly. It's a small purple octopus with a big head and tiny arms. If you've ever seen the Powerpuff Girls, you'll recognize it instantly. It looks exactly like Bubbles' stuffed animal, Mr. Octi. So how did it end up inside Bandit? Is this a harmless Easter egg, or did something escape from another cartoon universe? Maybe Bandit's been traveling across dimensions and smuggling souvenirs. Or maybe Bluey's world is full of broken timelines and cartoon leaks. Either way, Mr. Octi showing up here is not normal. 17. A penguin from another channel appears. In the Mini Bluey episode, there's a blink and you'll miss it moment where a plush toy sits on a pile of books. It's a penguin wearing a crown and holding a wand. That's not just any toy. It looks exactly like Gunther from Adventure Time after he takes the Ice King's crown. What makes this strange is that Adventure Time aired on Cartoon Network, a direct rival to Disney which distributes Bluey. So how did a crowned penguin from another universe sneak into this one? Either someone on the team is trolling Disney, or Bluey's toy box is holding secrets from every dimension. 18. Winton might be a secret bodybuilder. In one episode, Winton enters a dreamlike imagination world where he appears totally jacked. He's got muscles on muscles, and even does the classic chest flexing move made famous by Arnold Schwarzenegger. At first, it seems like a joke, but the way it's animated feels oddly specific. This isn't just a kid pretending. This is a full tribute to a real-life bodybuilder. So either Winton watches way too many old workout videos, or he's secretly training to become the most shredded bulldog in the Bluey universe. If there's ever a dog version of the Terminator, we know who's playing the lead. 19. There's a cat loose in Bluey's world. In the episode Copycat, Bandit tells Bluey a magpie got attacked by a cat. That sounds normal, unless you remember that no cats actually appear in the show, ever. The entire world seems to be run by dogs, with no sign of cats anywhere. So, where did this one come from? Did it escape from some hidden cat-only society? Is it living in the shadows, waiting to strike again? The only other time we even hear about cats is in fictional shows like Cute Kitten Squad. If this cat is real, it might be the most dangerous animal in Bluey's universe. 20. Socks changed and no one said anything. When we first meet Socks, she crawls on all fours and has bold stripes on her legs that look like, well, socks. That's probably why she's named that in the first place. But as she gets older, something strange happens. She starts walking on two legs like everyone else, and the stripes just vanish. Completely gone. No explanation, no transition, nothing. It's like the show quietly redesigned her and hoped nobody would ask questions. Did she outgrow the markings? Were they never real to begin with? Either way, Socks changed overnight, and it feels like we all just pretended not to notice. 21. The Easter Bunny skipped their house. In the Easter episode, Bandit tells Bluey and Bingo that the Easter Bunny left a letter explaining why they didn't get any eggs the year before. According to him, there were family problems. That's all he says. No other details, no follow-up. Just an awkward excuse and 2 disappointed kids. What kind of family problems make the Easter Bunny cancel chocolate deliveries? Did something serious happen that year? Or did Bandit forget the eggs and cover it up with a talking rabbit? Either way, someone is lying, and it might be time to question how magical that bunny really is. 22. The healers had a baby before Bluey. There are subtle clues throughout the show that suggest Bluey wasn't the first child. Chilli once mentions a lost pregnancy, and some viewers believe Bluey is a rainbow baby, a child born after a loss. The healer family also seems to follow a pattern with names: Bob, Bandit, Bingo, all starting with B. Bluey fits too, but the name feels adjusted, like it was changed slightly. What if the first baby was supposed to be named Blue, and after the loss, they add Y as a way to honor that memory? If true, this detail is heartbreaking. 23. Cornelius might be living a double life. In the movies episode, there's a poster in the background featuring a dog that looks exactly like Winton's dad, Cornelius. Same face, same mustache, same everything. But in the show, Cornelius is just a regular dad, quiet, awkward, and usually seen chasing love or sipping coffee. So how did his twin end up on a movie poster? Is this just a look-alike? Or has Cornelius been hiding a secret acting career? Maybe he's a famous actor in disguise, living a calm suburban life between roles. If that's true, he might be the biggest celebrity in Bluey's world without anyone knowing. 24. New Zealand keeps getting erased. In the Bingo episode, Bandit gives Bingo a world puzzle to solve, but when she finishes it, there's one piece missing: New Zealand. Bandit sees it and just mutters, "Not again," like this happens all the time. That one line turns the whole thing into a mystery. Why is New Zealand always left out? Is it some inside joke between the writers? Or is Bluey's universe just trying to erase it completely? The missing puzzle piece is eventually found stuck to Bingo's tail, but the real question stays unsolved. What does Bluey have against New Zealand, and why does it keep disappearing? That's it for now. Nothing in Bluey is just for fun. If a ball's on the roof, it means something. If Grandpa Bob's missing, someone knows why. Do you think the writers planned all of this? Or are we overthinking it? Tell us what you think below, and tap that like button before your fridge long dog comes to life.